Hello there, folks. This is a continuation of our video talking about our BitMask word discussion, and we got it working where we're displaying the correct pattern here, showing up correctly. But now what I want to do is I want to go the opposite direction. I'd like to allow the operator to somehow click on the screen to change the status of this according to our cheat sheet here. Where'd it go? Right here. To either stop, run, pause, or hold, and have him input that data and have it change just those 2 bits on the screen. So this is going to require a little bit different work in this case because we have to set up a tag to make the change, do some shifting to move it over, and then we basically have to parse out the other ones or it with our new one so we don't want to change all the other digits. We just want to change these 2. Something you'll notice a little different on this one from the other video. I added above the binary bits here their numbering scheme. So obviously you got bit 0, 1, 2, 3 here, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9, and then oh, look at this, A, B, C, D, E, F, Fed, CBA. So that's just puts those letters in hexadecimal instead of putting a number 10 here or 11 or number 12, 13, 14, 15. So I converted to hexadecimal. That's what I did a lot in college. So anyway, I also added a red underline here indicating bits 5 and 4 that we're focusing on. So the previous example, we took these 2 bits, found it to be here, and then we shifted it over here, and then we made this a multi-stop, or a multi-type variable here. So this next exercise, here's what we're going to do first. We're going to go over to the left-hand side, go to data tags. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to make a copy of this tag. So right-click on this guy and do copy, and right-click and paste. The reason I'm doing that is this gives me the formatting already done here on this particular tag. So that's why I did it that way. But instead of this being mapped to this formula we have here, we really want this to be an internal tag. So I'm going to hit the pull down here and just choose the word internal as such. Okay, and maybe I'm going to change this name of this one to status control. We'll just leave this one as control here. Okay, apparently I already got that use. Let's call it something else here. About status control one. All right, so that's going to be the tag that we're going to change. Just to test it, I'm going to go to display pages on the left. I'll go to the right side. I'm going to grab this tag on the screen. I'll place it here like so, and then I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to right click and make this guy the same size as this guy, and then I'm also going to right click, copy from, and select all formatting as this guy as well. Okay, now I want to make this tag be a data entry. So you have 2 ways that you can make this be data entry. The long way is to double click on it, go to the data tab, and on the data tab down here where it says operation display only, hit the pull down here and choose data entry. Notice, folks, when you do that the background color over here gets inverted. That's a way to tell that when you're in the Crimson programming environment, as we're doing right now, you've turned this on as a data entry field. So I'm going to click OK on that. That's the long way to do that. You can also do this through the shortcut team by clicking away. Click on it one time. No. Click on it one time. And this ghosted box right here, team, does the exact same thing. Okay. All right. So that there is going to show us our controlling, changing, if you will. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go to data tags on the left, and I'm going to make another tag right here because I want to convert this thing here into binary and show you the representation. So to make this tag here equal to this one, I'm going to simply go to the right side and drag the status control over here like so. Now watch all of these steps because in the end I'm going to show you the shortcut of the whole thing, but I'm just showing it right now step by step how this procedure is going to happen. If I go to the format tab, I can hit pick, select numeric, and I want to declare this thing as a binary as well. Once again, 16 bits within my word. and I'm going to group the digits there, click OK, and I'm going to drag this on the screen so we can see it. And just to follow the same size and structure we have up here, I'm going to right click on this guy and go same size as this guy, right click again and do copy from, all formatting this guy, and then I might right click and align this with the right of this guy. So now it's kind of lined up. Okay, so we're going to look at here because I want to show you what happens here with this. We should be able to change these 2 bits here. So let's go ahead and test this team, see what happens. By the way, somebody asked yesterday or after my first video, what was the controlling device? I do happen to have a little 4-inch screen that I'm making changes to. So this is the slave device that's talking, simulating a drive or some other device. But anyway, let me go ahead and go here. Now you can see I'm online here. And of course, if I put all zeros in, you can see they all go 0. I changed this to see it changes here. But if I click on this, pulls up the little status here, I can go up or down and select different things. So if you notice, when I go to run, there's that. I change it to pause and so forth. Now what I want to do next is I want to take these 2 digits, these 2 bits, and I want to shift them 4 characters over to here. Because remember, I want to eventually put them in place of these 2 guys. So I'm going to go back to my program here. Now that I got this thing working, I'm going to go to data tags, and I'll just do the same thing on this guy. Data here, and I'm going to use the shift left function by double clicking here, put my arrow in here, 2 less than symbols, if you will, number 4, because I want to move it 4 characters to the left, hit enter. Let's go ahead and test this team, see how this works out. So I'll go ahead and download it to my screen. So here we're back to stop here. I'm going to go ahead and click on this, put it up and down here, and I'm looking to see these 2 characters here take the properties. Here we go. Boom, look at there. Yep. And if I make it 1-1 maybe, which would be, I think, alt, or what was it? What was the last? Hold is the last mode. Yep. Okay. Perfect. So now the next step we want to do is we want to really got to do this. We got to take our original drive data thing, and we want to parse everything. Well, we want to leave everything the same except for these 2 digits. We want to turn into a 0. So the way I'm going to cheat and have this happen is I'm going to go to data tags on the right, and I'm going to create just an internal tag here called tag 2. And I'm basically going to take my original drive data, this guy right here, drag it out here like this, but I'm going to AND it. I'm going to AND it with 0B for binary, and I'm going to AND it with 1111, 1111, space 1100, because I want to make those 2 fields be 0 here. Space 1111. Doing this right? Yeah, hold on here. Yeah, that's correct. I want to do this 00 because that's bits 5 and 4, and then 1111 because I want the resulting thing to come out of this to be the correct thing, except for these 2 digits I want to be in the 0 format. So if you remember from the other video, I leave the spaces in here so I can see what they call a nibble at a time. 4 bits is just considered a nibble. Nobody really uses that word, but we have a nibble, we have a bit, nibble, byte, word, double word, and then whatever word. Anyway, so if I hit enter, it gives me this here, but I broke it up into bits of 4, so that way I can tell exactly what bit number I'm looking at. So then I go back, team, and I delete those spaces. The 0B means it's a binary, so I'm going to hit enter. Boom. So now tag 2 should show me everything that was in here except for bits 4 and 5 should be 0. So let's just verify. I'll drag this guy out here like this. I'm going to go ahead and right click, same size as this guy. Right click again, copy from, all formatting this guy. And then I'm going to line it up with the right of this guy. Okay, so let's go ahead and test this team. Oh, you know what else I need to do? I need to make this guy have the same formatting binary as this. So Easy way to do this is go over to the tag, go right click on the tag here, copy from, format this guy.
It starts with one thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind, I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away, it's so unreal. Didn't look out below, watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on to didn't even know I wasted it all just to watch you go. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to be will eventually be a memory of a time I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. One thing, I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind, I designed this rhyme to remind myself how I tried so hard. In spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property, remembering all the times you fought with me, I'm surprised it got so. Things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. Not that you knew me back then, but it all comes back to me in the end. You kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard and got so far.
Any changes on the remote device here, you can see that this shows, but of course when I click this, I can change it to something else as well. So now the next thing, just to get a little more fancy here, let me go back to here. Now that I got this kind of working, team, I'll be honest with you, we were using this stuff just so that you guys can see what was happening. In the real world, what I would do here, to be honest with you guys, is I would double click on this thing here, and right here in the entry complete is where I go complex, and in here I would declare an integer tag called tag1, for instance. And what was, do you remember what tag1 was? Was it not the tag1 is equal to, if I remember right, we took this thing here and we shifted it to the 4 bits over, if I'm correct. I think that's what we did. And then we took tag2. Let me do another one here. I'll just go ahead and declare it this way. Need a semicolon in here, team. And tag2 was, if I'm correct, it was simply this thing here, the original drive data, ended with 0, B as in binary, and then 1111 space 1111 space 1100. That there, because we wanted to parse out these things. So we'll go ahead and do this. And then the final result was basically this formula right here. Right there. So let me see here, team. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, see if it accepts this. Perfectly did. If it accepted it correctly, I don't need these things anymore on the screen. So I should be able to get rid of these guys. And since I declared, we'll go back here and show what I'm talking about. Since I declared tag 1 and 2 to be internal into this formula, or this complex code here, those things only reside within here. So if I come out of here and come back to here, I don't need those here anymore because they only execute in the program, in that little button thing. So let's try this out. Let me go ahead and save this and download it. What I'm getting at is what I pick here should circumvent what's happening here. Let's see how it works here. Okay, so I put in zeros here. You can see that it's all in the stop state. I put in 1, 0. There we go. It goes to pause. Now, if I want to change it, say click here. If I go, well, let's go to stop. Oops. Let me change the run here. There's run. How about hold? Okay. One thing you notice that I should change here. This thing here, really, when you click on this, I'd like this to show what the current state was. I notice there's a discrepancy there, so I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to double click on this thing. And on the entry tab right here where it says on selected, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the edit button here, meaning when I come into this button, I want this status control here to equal what we were getting from our display only logic, this one here. So click there, and then I can also give a, there we go. Now it'll always show the state, just to check. Let me see for sure here. Now this, you can see here, it says stop, but this says run because currently this is in run. So just remember this because it's going to bug me. It's bugging you too. But I'm going to click here. Watch what happens. Look, it automatically jumped to the run position. Yeah, it's pretty good. I got that working right. I can switch this and it'll show up correctly, vice versa and so forth. But really, what I want, team, is I want this button here to, when I click on it, to do all this stuff here. So what I'm going to do, I don't want to have two fields. Really, I don't have to. I don't think that's necessary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here. I'm going to double click on this thing. I'm going to go to the data tab, and I'm going to say, you know what? I only want to see, for this example, I could do data value. I'm going to try label text, okay? And I'm going to get rid of this text here. I'm going to go to the format tab. Let me go back here and turn off the format from here and turn off the label. And if I go to the format tab here, just to cheat, I'm going to put in just a space to get rid of anything in here, so it deletes it. No big deal. Just remember that. I'm going to go to the edge here, and I'm going to give this thing just a border, like so I can see it. I'll click OK. Come out here and make this guy just a little bit bigger. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this looking thing. Now I'm going to leave the space bar for another day, but I'm going to put it here so it's superimposed on top of this guy. If you're really doing this correctly, you get rid of this text here and maybe just put a text box. But what I'm getting at is I want to show you how I think this is going to work really slick. Is you're going to click on this, and it's going to let you change real time. So let me go ahead and save this, and download it, and let's see how it works. So there we go. All right, so we can tell right now we're in the stop position. So if I click here and change this to a different mode, bam, look, it changed it there. Maybe I change it to hold correctly. Even if from the drive or whatever I'm talking to the device, they change the parameters. Let's see here. You notice right now it's currently in the hold position. Notice it went to stop because this changed feedback from the drive or whatever I was talking to, which of course is the HMI here. I'm just simulating. But if I click on this, I can manually change this, bam, and it doesn't alter any of this. So this is a pretty cool feature if you ask me. The real trick to this comes down to taking your original values, you want to display it, parsing it, moving over, and do it here. That's what I was showing here, was the way we did originally, which was behind here. And then the second step to this, let me get to the red box. was I was using the entry tab here, complex code. I'm taking the thing I want to change, moving it over to the left 4 characters. Then I'm taking the original data and I'm ending it with everything except for the 2 digits I want to change. And then I take those 2 things and I OR them together, which lets me change just those 2 bits. Pretty cool example if you're looking to do some BitMask stuff. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. So forth. If you want a copy of these databases or anything, please just send me an email or a note on YouTube, and I'll be glad to email this stuff to you. Hey, thanks a lot. Have a great day, folks.
I tried.